Welcome. We're back. By we, I mean us members of the Inquisition. I just realized I have quite the harem. This is part 8. Part 8. The Ocho. We are here in the hinterlands, I think. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. I feel like I'm just inclined to side with the mages. It seems like the good boy, right choice move to make. But just for the sake of fucking doing weird shit, I kind of want to side with the Templars. I don't know. Anyway, this game, or this episode, I might try to go and make contact with the mages in the hinterlands over in Redcliffe. But first, let's do some leveling up. Sarah. I'm just going all in on the daggers. Okay. Guess we'll go get these shards. What is past here is like where the dragons were. Some mercenaries. Where's the horse guy? Wasn't that like a thing? Yeah. Okay. Let's grab these shards really quick. I don't know that I bothered to collect all of these in my original playthrough. But you know what? I mean, it's it's kind of like being at the store and seeing some stuff you don't really need. Like, I'm already here. I mean, yeah, I don't need more beer right now, but I mean, here I am. Here's the beer. Okay. I guess, I mean, we can try to go check that out. I'm curious if that's the same direction that the dragon was in from before. Oh, Vivi, what? This is the weirdest game. Motherfuckers just be getting hurt from nothing. I don't really understand. This game's just really buggy, man. And this is like... This is whatever edition of this game is on Origin. Under the EA Play or Origin Access or EA Access, or whatever the fuck they're calling it these days. It's under that program. You'd think it'd be the best version they have to offer. A nice, simple pendant. Aha. Doesn't look good. God damn it. Okay. I will just deal with you now, I guess. Oh, fuck. God, shit's going bad. Oh. That's interesting. Letter in an abandoned home. The stone calls to me. In my dreams, as I shape it with chisel and hammer, it shapes me in return. My flesh twists, claws, and fangs ripping forth. The light in the sky makes the stone so much louder. The cave in the hills has good, strong stone. I can shape it into something strong enough to keep me safe if I hurry. Jendon, if you're having the dreams, go talk to the Templars. The war doesn't matter. Their job is to help when things are too frightening to deal with alone. And the only reason the Templars didn't find you as a child is because your parents hid you away. If carving helps you, here's a map to an old cave I stumbled on. I think it has the stone you like. What are we talking about? What did we just complete? A diary has been found describing a man's troubling dreams and his plan to find peace in a cave in the hills. Kill the apostate, search the cave in the hills. So I guess I've just already done those things on accident? Weird. That's where the mages are. Stronghold of the apostate mages. They did not want us to dream because they knew we would dream of the truth, of power, or the weakness in the world that will let us break it and forge it anew. We are the chosen ones. We who have the power to enact change in this world and the will to see it through. We have conquered the circles. We will conquer the Templars. Come with us to the Witchwood. None who have the power of the Fade at their hands will be turned away. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Come to daddy. I mean, I feel like the good guy choice in this war is the mages, and I tend to side with the mages more than the Templars, just on a principle level. But I don't know. In hushed whispers, let me see. I mean, would it be more interesting? How?
Redcliffe village should be just ahead.
I want a constant watch on that damn thing. Sound the alarm at the first sign of demons.
Oh, God. Are they so obsessed with attacking me?
We don't know what these rifts can do. That one appeared to alter the time around it.
Wait, what? Did I miss something?
Make her have mercy. It's over. Open the gates.
Wait, why did I lose my chance to respond? Okay.
We spread word the Inquisition was coming. But you should know that no one here was expecting us.
No one? Not even Grand Enchanter Fiona?
If she was, she hasn't told anyone. We've arranged use of the tavern for the negotiations.
Agents of the Inquisition, my apologies. Magister Alexius is in charge now, but hasn't yet arrived. He's expected shortly. You can speak with the former Grand Enchanter in the meantime.
Okay.
We should talk to the Grand Enchanter.
Fire is her water.
You don't say.
As the moth sees light and goes toward flame, she should see fire and
Wow, Redcliffe. My goodness. So overgrown now. I'm gonna go check it out up here. Alright, I guess this is probably what it was originally supposed to look like, but the shitty graphics of
My
Dragon Age
dear
1.
Cassandra, I am impressed with how well organized the Inquisition was in the aftermath of the Conclave.
It was chaos. I would hardly call it organized.
Perspective, darling. The Chantry hasn't even found the right vestments for issuing a statement on the Divine's death.
Being more flexible than the Chantry is not a difficult goal.
Take your victories where you can, dear.
You know, she's got a point. These ruins mark the spot where a windmill once overlooked Redcliffe village. It was destroyed in the last days of the Blight when Darkspawn attacked the area and was never repaired. What a shame. What silly fucking things they make you do in this game, all for a weak-ass sledgehammer.
The Templars were called back to Val Royeaux, but some of them have ignored the order.
Why are you worried? We're not mages. You truly think that matters to them?
That there are apostates outside the city fighting the Templars. Apostates are attacking people.
Even before the skies fell open, this was a land of spirits and demons. Magic grows wild in the hills of Redcliffe.
Tell me about your people.
They say a spirit dwells in a small lake south of the highway.
Where the hell are you
The girls
going?
of the village bring it daisies and ask for love, but rarely does it listen. For 'tis a spirit of valor, not love, and it favors blood lotus flowers.
South of the what? Oops, sorry. So much to see, I'm a little overwhelmed. Let's go in here first. What?
The Templars are attacking anyone they think might be aiding the rebel mages.
Fiona and the rebels will protect us. There's nothing.
Mother, I had the dream again last night.
No, not me, no.
The Grey Warden Alistair grew up at Redcliffe. He used to play in the fields outside this very village. They say a desire demon took the mind of our young Lord Connor. The hero of Ferelden drove the demon away to save him. Make her be praised.
Oops. Sorry. How do I get up there? Is it...
We'll make good use of it.
I talked to one of the rebel mages.
Place is a fucking mess. It doesn't even look the same. Codex unlocked. Hero Ferelden. I want to read that. The hero of Ferelden belonged to the Circle of Magi in Ferelden, residing in the tower at Lake Calenhad for most of his life. First Enchanter Irving recommended the hero to Grey Warden Commander Duncan. Shortly after the hero's harrowing, Duncan recruited him into the order. After defeating the Archdemon and ending the Fifth Blight, the hero of Ferelden took up the mantle of Warden Commander. He began the task of rebuilding the Order in Ferelden, serving with honor until his disappearance several years later. His current whereabouts are unknown. Interesting. Yeah, and I went with Morrigan in the mirror at the end of whatever DLC that was.
Enormous stories, dear. Rabbit does not flee its burrow when it hears the wolf. Would that I could.
The one about Amaranth, was it Amaranthine? Amaranthine? Whatever the fuck you call it. Locked. All these doors are fucking locked. Hinterland's
Too
Healer.
many people dying for want of simple herbs. My apologies. Can I help you?
There are refugees at the crossroads who would benefit from a healer.
Of course they would. These attacks by the Templars have endangered countless innocent lives. But if I go to the crossroads to help, I might end up in danger myself. I doubt those refugees would risk their lives for a knife here. Why should I risk mine for them?
Uh-oh.
The Inquisition welcomes anyone willing to help, human, elf, or otherwise. If you help those refugees, we'll ensure that you're taken care of.
All right. If the Inquisition soldiers are there, I might be safer regardless. I'll see you at the crossroads soon. Just give me a moment to gather my things.
Damn, I feel kind of bad stealing a healer away from this area. Oh well.
Travel safely. Yes.
Would you hate me that much if I were a mage?
One-eyed Jimmy.
Please, are you with the Inquisition? As you've wandered, have you by any chance seen a ram that is, different? Lord Wolseley wandered off, and he's very special. If you could find him, I'd be most grateful.
What makes your ram so special?
Well, he's always brought the family luck, and his advice helped us make our fortune.
Your ram offered advice?
He's a very special ram.
Okay.
Your ram has gone missing?
Yes. I'm certain that if he heard his Jimmy missed him, he'd come right back. He's likely at our family's old summer cabin. It's by the lake in the southern end. If you do find him and send him back, I'd be happy to pay you.
I'll speak with you later.
If you find my ram, please send him home.
Very well. I will try my best.
The things we saw. The walking corpse.
Welcome, agents of the Inquisition. First Enchanter Vivienne?
My dear Fiona, it's been so long since we last spoke. You look dreadful. Are you sleeping well?
What has brought you to Redcliffe?
We're here because of your invitation back in Val Royeaux.
You must be mistaken. I haven't been to Val Royeaux since before the Conclave. If
it wasn't you who invited me here, who was it?
I don't know. Now that you say it, I feel strange. Whoever or whatever brought you here, the situation has changed. The Free Mages have already pledged themselves to the service of the Tevinter Imperium.
Fiona, dear, your dementia is showing.
An alliance with Tevinter? Do you not fear all of Thedas turning against you?
As one indentured to a Magister, I no longer have the authority to negotiate with you.
What?
An alliance with Tevinter is a terrible mistake.
All hope of peace died with Justinia. This bargain with Tevinter would not have been my first choice, but we had no choice.
Wow.
We are losing this war. I needed to save as many of my people as I could.
This is fucking crazy.
Welcome,
bro.
my friends. I apologize for not greeting you earlier.
Wait a second.
Agents of the Inquisition, allow me to introduce Magister Girion Alexius.
The Southern Mages are under my command. And you are the survivor, yes? The one from the Fade? Interesting.
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
Oh boy.
I haven't seen any sign of Redcliffe's Arl or his men.
The Arl of Redcliffe left the village.
Arl Tegan did not abandon his lands during the Blight, even when they were under siege.
There were tensions growing. I did not want an incident.
What?
I'd like to know more about this alliance between the rebel mages and the Imperium.
Certainly. What specifically do you wish to know?
The Grand Enchanter told me she was indentured to a Magister.
Our Southern brethren have no legal status in the Imperium. As they were not born citizens of Tevinter, they must work for a period of 10 years before gaining full rights. As their protector, I shall oversee their work for the Imperium.
I'm not clear on when exactly you negotiated this arrangement with Fiona.
When the Conclave was destroyed, these poor souls faced the brutality of the Templars, who rushed to attack them. It could only be through divine providence that I arrived when I did.
It was certainly very timely.
Is she dumb as fuck? Like, what? Even saying that out loud, she should know better. I don't understand.
What does the Imperium gain from taking rebel mages under its wing?
For the moment, the Southern Mages are a considerable expense. After they are properly trained, they will join our legion.
You said not all my people would be military. There are children, those not suited.
And one day I'm sure they will all be productive citizens of the Imperium when their debts are paid.
I'm here to get mages to close the breach.
Right, to business. I understand, of course. Felix, would you send for a scribe, please? Pardon my manners. My son Felix, friends. I'm not surprised you're here. Containing the breach is not a feat that many could even attempt. There is no telling how many mages would be needed for such an endeavor. Ambitious indeed.
Well, when you're fighting a massive tear in the sky, you can hardly afford to think small.
There will have to be. Felix.
My lord, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
Are you all right?
I'm fine, Father.
Come, I'll get your powders. Please excuse me, friends. We will have to continue this another time. Fiona, I require your assistance back at the castle.
I don't mean to trouble everyone.
Did he give me like a message?
I shall send word to the Inquisition. We will conclude this business at a later date.
Yeah, okay. That's what I fucking thought.
Come to the Chantry. You are in danger.
Wow, aren't we secrety?
We'll be careful, but we need to figure out what's going on here.
Why did all these people suddenly show up?
We don't need your kind here. Your Inquisition's just Templars by another name.
What?
Who are you?
Linnea.
I
Just
like that.
Linnea. Don't ask what Circle Tower I'm from, because we're done with that. We're all free mages now.
You'd rather bow to Tevinter than join the Inquisition?
Don't tell me you bought the Chantry's lies about how evil Tevinter is. It's just because they're ruled by mages. No one wants us to look at them and say their mages are free and the world hasn't ended.
But don't Magisters summon demons and practice human sacrifice?
The Chantry says whatever they think will scare us. What's wrong with blood magic? People don't like the idea of us controlling their thoughts, but they have no problem with us throwing fireballs in their wars. In Tevinter, the mages police themselves. It works.
I'm here because I believe mages deserve their freedom.
Right. And I'm the Empress of Orlais.
Okay. I don't... Yeah, whatever. I'm not even gonna... What's up, Clemens?
Magister Alexius wishes only mages to remain in Redcliffe. He will approve of you. He does not approve of me. Many villagers have already left to escape his ire.
Is this guy like a tranquil, or what's his deal?
What's the Magister have against you?
He does not like to be reminded of what mages can become. He says all tranquil must leave Redcliffe, but who would take us in?
You're one of the tranquil?
Yes, my talent for magic was insufficient to protect me from demons. Rather than risk me becoming possessed, the Circle removed my connection to the Fade. My magic is gone, along with my dreams and desires. Those now in Redcliffe prefer
This is
not
depressing.
to see us.
How long have Tevinters
Why
been...
can't I invite him to the Inquisition?
Magister Alexius arrived at nightfall, 2 days after we retreated from the Temple of Sacred Ashes. He forced anyone without magic out of the castle, save those he required to serve him. Even the Arl was sent away.
Farewell, then.
One moment. You are a member of the Inquisition, are you not? I am an alchemist. You must require potions. If the Magister will not have me here, perhaps I can offer my services.
We would be delighted to have you working for the Inquisition.
Thank you. While one lives, it is good to believe there is still a use for one's talents.
Cool. Recruiting people in this game is like really fun in a way that, like, I feel like the world's like most gullible employer. Like, I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, everybody come on. But like, it's not like we have the luxury of being picky when we're trying to stop the fucking world from being destroyed. You know, it's like them MFs in the fucking Avengers like to pretend like they're such an exclusive club and only we get to help the world. But like, damn, bro, they should just be taking whoever they can get. I'm not reading all that shit.
Inquisition, huh? I wish to Holy Andraste you'd gotten here sooner. These Tevinters make my shoulder blades itch.
Who are you?
Name's Tolman, formerly of the Circle of Magi in hospital. Lived my whole life there. Since I was 10 years old and came into my magic. 3 meals a day. Quality education, a roof over my head. If you're not summoning demons, a mage tower's a fine place to be.
If you were happy in the Circle, why are you here with the rebels?
We're all rebels now. The vote sorted that. The majority wanted to dissolve the circles. The rest of us went with them and were cut loose.
There are still some of us who are loyal in the Empress's court.
I figured I'm better off with my fellow mages than on my own.
you're not happy with this new alliance?
Something's not right about that lot. They're not like us. Magic or no, I'd rather count myself among decent folk than stand with magisters.
How did the Grand Enchanter end up working with Tevinter?
1 minute, we were bracing for the Templars to attack. The next, we had a Magister ally. It was a stroke of luck that's given us an edge. In a way. Out of the frying pan.
Yeah, I mean, he just showed up to capitalize on the situation.
Goodbye.
Be careful.
Question is...
The Tevinters likely aren't happy you're asking questions.
Question is, though, like, was it luck, or are they part of this whole deal? Song fucking slaps. Get out of the way. When we heard of the injustices against our fellow mages at the White Spire, the Circle of Magi, and Val... Oh! Where is Hawke's sister? Wasn't she... Or did she die? No, because she was with Hawke at the end. Anyway. When we heard of the injustices against our fellow mages at the White Spire, the Circle of Magi, and Valwareo, I feared what was to come. Our circle at Daresmuid is small and isolated. It exists largely as a facade to appease the Chantry. When the other circles rose up, the Chantry sent seekers across the bay from Islay to investigate. They found us mixing freely with our families, training female mages in the traditions of the seers, and denounced us as apostates. Perhaps they thought we were spineless robes who could be intimidated with a little bloodshed. Before I was first enchanter, I was the daughter of Captain Rivaud of the Felichisma Armada. Felicissima? Felicissima. That word. I know how to plan a battle. They brought with them a small army of Templars. We fought, and we might have won. But they invoked the right of annulment, with all the unrelenting brutality that allowed. It is their right to put screaming apprentices to the sword, burn our tainted libraries, crush irreplaceable artifacts under their heels, tear down the very walls of our home. No mage has the right to disagree. We of the Daresmuid Circle wait now behind barricades. I have sent word to our brother and sister mages of this outrage. When they break through, we will not die alone. Final journal entry of the first enchanter, Rivella, slain in Diesma, 940 Dragon. Weird. Seers and Alsmet. When I set out for the capital of Rivain, I did not anticipate arriving in the middle of a little provincial festival. The streets are thick with fishermen and farmers coming in from the countryside for some gathering. Rural life apparently breeds fierce rivalries. I've seen more than one fistfight erupt in the square outside the inn. And did they call this music? Excellent wine, however. It must be Antivan. The agreement is sealed. The merchant had more jewelry on his head than Orlesian women do on their fingers, but anyone willing to sell me silk at this price may dress how they please. Sable, whose title is Ien, is an amiable sort who offered to show me Alsmet tonight. Apparently the village leaders, hedge mages they dub seers, travel to Daresmuid twice a year to meet in council, forge trade agreements, and publicly pledge loyalty to Rivain's queen. Deals made at Alsmet are seen as especially auspicious. Sable warned to me that sometimes hotheads will attempt to settle old feuds before these seers decree binding judgments here, but there are also feasts, lavish gift-giving ceremonies, musical contests, and other rustic nonsense. This explains the rabble. Still, it might be amusing to sample the local color. I've just witnessed a loudly public exchange between two men trying to outdo each other with ridiculous boasts in the square. The most extravagant liar was applauded and decorated with wreaths by the crowd. The Rivaini are lively, I'll grant them that, and not at all afraid to drink with a Tevinter. Ha! Peasant oaf threatened me after I tripped into him at feast. Bit of a fire cowed him, and pressed ladies too. What enlightened attitudes. These people have fantasasses. What the fuck? Fantasasses. Lovely dancers here. Okay. Must Rem... Oh, because he's drunk. Must Rem get vintage from Innkeep. Label was blue. Find out who's sleeping on top of me. Bring more robes next year. What the fuck? How silly. I missed... That was something about Logain, wasn't it? Oh, so much elf root. I hate looking at her health like this. Drink a potion. Oop, oop. Everybody settle down.
Good day.
They say Andraste sent you to save the world. If it'll help save lives and bring peace, I'll be the first to believe.
I'm trying. I hope I don't disappoint.
I hope so too.
Are you working for the Mage Rebellion?
Mages are children of the Maker, no less than the rest of us. They struggle no less with questions of faith.
Does that mean you support their freedom?
Given a choice between the Circle and death, most mages willingly gave up some small freedoms for safety. But the pendulum swings, and now it seems any restraint is too much. I think they should have a chance to prove they deserve freedom.
I agree with that.
I don't see any other priests in the village. Where is everybody?
The Magister had the others escorted out for their own safety, but I refused. He can throw me out if he wants. Until then, I tend to my flock.
What are your feelings on the mages working with Tevinter?
The Imperium burned on Draste. Since then, we have led 4 exalted marches against them. Yet in all those marches, they still acknowledged the Maker. Now I speak of him and the Magisters laugh. Something has happened, and I dread to learn what.
I will leave you to your duties.
Make us speed you, my child.
Should be interesting. Oh yes.
Good. You're finally here. Now help me close this, would you?
Who? What?
does that work exactly? You don't even know, do you? You just wiggle your fingers and boom. Rift closes.
Forgot about this guy.
Who are you?
Ah, getting ahead of myself again, I see. Dorian of House Parvus, most recently of Minrathous. How do you do?
Another Tevinter. Be cautious with this one.
Suspicious friends you have here. Magister Alexius was once my mentor, so my assistance should be valuable, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I was expecting Felix to be here.
I'm sure he's on his way. He was to give you the note, then meet us here after ditching his father.
Alexius couldn't jump to Felix's side fast enough when he pretended to be faint. Is something wrong with him?
He's had some lingering illness for months. Felix is an only child, and Alexius is being a mother hen, most likely.
Are you a Magister?
All right, let's say this once. I'm a mage from Tevinter, but not a member of the Magisterium. I know Southerners use the terms interchangeably, but that only makes you sound like barbarians.
You're betraying your mentor because...
Alexius was my mentor. Meaning he's not any longer, not for some time. Look, you must know there's danger. That should be obvious even without the note. Let's start with Alexius claiming the allegiance of the mage rebels out from under you. As if by magic, yes? Which is exactly right. To reach Redcliffe, before the Inquisition, Alexius distorted time itself.
That sounds bad.
I hope that's less dangerous than it sounds.
More.
Manipulating time itself? Many have attempted over the ages, but never once succeeded.
The rift you closed here. You saw how it twisted time around itself, sped some things up and slowed others down. Soon, there will be more like it, and they'll appear further and further away from Redcliffe. The magic Alexius is using is wildly unstable, and it's unraveling the world.
You're asking me to take a lot on faith.
I know what I'm talking about. I helped develop this magic. When I was still his apprentice, it was pure theory. Alexius could never get it to work. What I don't understand is why he's doing it, ripping time to shreds just to gain a few hundred lackeys.
He didn't do it for them.
Took you long enough. Is he getting suspicious?
No, but I shouldn't have played the illness card. I thought he'd be fussing over me all day. My father's joined a cult, Tevinter supremacists. They call themselves Venatori. And I can tell you one thing. Whatever he's done for them, he's done it to get to you.
Alexius is your father. Why are you working against him?
For the same reason Dorian works against him. I love my father, and I love my country. But this? Cults? Time magic? What he's doing now is madness. For his own sake, you have to stop him.
It would also be nice if he didn't rip a hole in time. There's already a hole in the sky.
Why would he rearrange time and indenture the Mage Rebellion just to get to me?
They're obsessed with you, but I don't know why. Perhaps because you survived the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
You can close the rifts. Maybe there's a connection. Or they see you as a threat.
If the Venatori are behind those rifts or the breach in the sky, they're even worse than I thought.
Do you have any suggestions?
You know you're his target. Expecting the trap is the first step in turning it to your advantage. I can't stay in Redcliffe. Alexius doesn't know I'm here, and I want to keep it that way for now. But whenever you're ready to deal with him, I want to be there. I'll be in touch. Oh, and Felix, try not to get yourself killed.
There are worse things than dying, Dorian.
Jesus. Bunch of fucking weirdos.
Oh, demons don't scare me. I'll fight 10 at once. Ease up, big horse.
It's not arrogance if it's earned, Sarah dear. We'll see if he deserves it.
Very well. Okay. Well, I think maybe we'll go back to Haven and we can go in the war room and see what everybody's saying. I wonder, is he... I can't remember if he's working alongside the big bad or not. But it certainly would make sense.
I don't understand. I thought the Chant of Light bound us all together.
The Chant of Light is beautiful.
More healing drafts for you, revered mother.
Sister Liliana, my thanks for the timely information regarding the threat to young Manette. As I'm sure you've heard, Lady Carolina has been disgraced as a result of making such an undignified attack on a young lady and has retired to the country in shame. The young Duchess herself is quite aware that she has you to thank. She's pledged the City of Lies to the Inquisition's cause. Okay. Oh, I see. This is when we have to decide. Well, not quite ready for that yet. All right. Well, let me think about that some more. We'll decide in the next episode, I imagine. Unless I just feel like wandering around the hinterlands some more. But all right. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys for part 9. Peace.